They said she was a criminal, but they didn't know her name was Grace, and they never asked what she was running from, not until the night she gave birth, in a place where no one expects to find hope, a prison cell. Grace was only 19 when she met Daniel. He had a smile that could silence her doubts and a promise that tasted like forever. But forever came with bruises, some on her skin, others deeper. He controlled what she wore, who she saw, and how she spoke, until she forgot who she was. One night, Daniel disappeared. He left her with no money, no home, and no goodbye. And as she sat outside that cheap motel, shivering under the streetlight, she realized she was late. Late and pregnant. Desperation led her to a convenience store. She wasn't trying to rob it, she just needed milk. But a carton of milk turns into a theft charge when no one listens. And before she knew it, she was in handcuffs, 6 months pregnant. They didn't see a scared girl, they saw a suspect. Prison is cold, not just the walls, but the way people look at you, like your story has already ended. Grace spent her nights crying silently into the hard mattress, talking to her unborn baby, promising them a life she wasn't sure she could give. And then, that night came. No doctors, no family, just the screams echoing off concrete walls. The guard didn't believe she was in labor until her water broke on the floor. And with no epidural, no help, and no comfort, Grace pushed. She pushed through pain, shame, fear, and then she heard it, the cry, her daughter's cry. In the darkest place, light was born. The prison nurse called it a miracle. The news called it a scandal. But Grace, she called her baby Faith, because that's what it took to survive. 2 years later, a social worker helped her appeal the case. The judge listened, and for the first time, Grace was heard. Now she works in a center that supports young mothers. She tells her story not with shame, but with strength, because she knows your worst chapter doesn't have to be your ending. In the silence of a prison cell, a mother was born, and so was a new beginning. This is her story. This is her triumph. Tears and triumph. Subscribe for more true feeling, soul-deep stories that remind us, even in the darkest places, light lives.